Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on Lake Taneycomo. Going to do one cast this evening. It's Sunday the 18th of March. I'm across the lake from the resort, right at the upper buoy. They're barely running any water. I don't even think they're running a half unit. The water's just moving very, very slow here. There's a little bit of wind, but it's pushing me into the bank here. I'm going to use, it's a number 14 red zebra midge under a float. It's a gold head, gold rib, red thread, about 5 feet under indicator. I'm using 6X tippet, which is around 2 pound. Little tiny foam indicator. And I'm fishing about 20 to 30 feet off the bank. I don't want to fish so close that I'm inside the current line. I want to be out in the current. I haven't seen anything on the surface at all. I started above the buoy a little ways and caught a couple of fish, so I know I might catch a fish. Fishing's been pretty good today. We had a weighed in, had a friendly tournament today. A bunch of guys from Boonville, Missouri come every year and fish together. Most of the guys are in law enforcement. I'm gonna have to get in a little closer. No fish on one cast. Had a 20-inch brown weighed in, caught on a minnow. Had some other nice fish caught. Got it? You can tell I'm just barely moving. Well, the wind's quit. I was fighting the wind here a minute ago. This fly you really don't work that much as far as moving the indicator, but I do occasionally. You don't really have to. It's a fly that should be taken just by itself and drifting. But if you move it, sometimes it attracts some attention. I think everybody caught fish in the tournament, though. It was, I think it was a pretty good day. I know I heard at least 2 stories of guys losing big fish. Big fish at the boat, and the other big fish got caught in a snag. They ran water a little bit harder this morning, but it's pretty much the same pattern every day. They're running water harder in the morning, and then they're kicking it back in the afternoon and evening. I actually thought I'd catch a bluegill along this bank. I wouldn't be surprised. They'll eat a midge. The bite, the float is so small, it will, most bites, it'll pull the float under just a little bit. And if they're not biting hard at all, sometimes they'll just come up and nip at it, and you'll see the float just kind of vibrate a little bit. You gotta set the hook on that too. But my first 2 bites were pretty hard. Well, I got a long way to go to the buoy, to the next buoy. We have a tournament coming up in 3 weeks, I believe. It's the 7th of April, and I've talked about it before. It's, there's a measure tournament, individual, $25 a person. I gotta push out a little bit. And it benefits Christian Action Ministries here in Branson. It's a food pantry. We actually give food out to people, kind of a stopgap type ministry where people are kind of down and out and need a little bit of assistance. We give them 4 or 5 days of food. They can come in once a month, depending on how many people are in the home. I know we see about 2,000 families a month. Hoping for a little bit more action than this. Of course, I think I really wish people would slow down. It's really dangerous coming 20 feet from a boat wide open. I know that they're not throwing a big wake, but yeah, he's just stopping right down there at Lazy Valley. They make you take get a boater's license if you're born after 1984. I think some of these old timers need to take it. And I think, I don't want to get in my soapbox, but I think the mindset is people do it to me, so I'm going to do it to everybody else. And it's, we've had to go out and pick people up out of the lake because a bigger boat throws a big wake and dump one of our Johns over one time, and our John boats aren't that small. Threw 2 guys in the lake. If you operate a boat, try looking back sometime and seeing what kind of wake you throw. That and just your speed. I mean, I don't know why people are in such a big hurry. boy, caught 2 fish above the buoy. And absolutely nothing below. Get in next to that log, maybe I can hook a bluegill. I'm just about down to my buoy. I'm there. Gosh. So one cast, listening to me gripe about boat traffic.